Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Night Call with Willow. And I will say this game is kind of slow, which I feel like is pretty normal for simulation narrative games, but hopefully it kind of picks up in the next few nights. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we got the envelope from Bousset, and honestly, this whole billboard. So I realized after I finished playing that all of these people are suspects, and each individual piece of information on the board is something that I think they have or they have reported. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into looking at those folders. At the foot of your front door, just behind a drain pipe, you notice an envelope. It's thick and heavy. You can just make out your name, written in thick black marker on the front. Okay, yes, and it has the real name. We're a little uneasy about it. And here we're going to actually get into these pieces of information. You look at the new evidence on the table. It'll take you a while to read everything carefully. Okay. Your neighbor flushes the toilet out of the corner of your eye. You can see the pipe shake. Yes, good old shaky pipes. You take your shoes off before getting to work. Work, 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 work. Okay, let's look ahead. I like the pictures. It's just easier that way. Okay. And let's go ahead and just start with the third victim. Simon Florentine. Alright. Not enough time. Fuck. Okay. Okay. So, each of these victims, I think, has some sort of dark past or some sort of like scandal. Like right here, victim 4, spent bullet case, which is actual piece of evidence. Okay, and this is a message. I like putting all the messages over here. So killer, let's just put these down here because I really don't know what to do with those. Victim 3. Okay. So this is actually not tied to anybody. The source is from a customer. Heard in my taxi. Okay. Which could have been Sunny, but I'm not really sure. I want to go back over these suspects real quick. Or at least the people that are posted on my board. I think they're suspects. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So we've already talked to Claudia. We had a really kind of beautiful interaction with her. I haven't talked to Paul. He's only has like 2 pieces of information connected to him, so... Oh. Okay, this is actually really important. Each victim is killed with 1 bullet. Killing of the victims, and no sign of violence. Alright. I think we're okay for now. We'll just need to play further to get more information and kind of piece things together. So I'm gonna go ahead and just end the night. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. Okay, so this is pretty much the same as last time. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full steep speed. Your body aches and you are in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. You hope to find more information tonight, even as soon as you wake up. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. Your eyes close and you can feel yourself drifting off. Until you hear a voice break out in the distance. Oh God. Look, he's kicking the bucket. And then, silence. You close your eyes without any idea where the voice is coming from. A second later, you're asleep. Well, that was creepy. I mean, with a serial killer on the loose, I feel like we should have investigated that, but I don't know. You open one eye. Fragments of a dream are still lingering. A strange woman offered to feed you seeds that fell out of the sky. What? You get up quickly to forget all of that. Interesting. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 3. Okay. The eyeballs. I feel it. Okay, so I think the eyeballs means we have to pay for information, kind of like last time. Which was not ideal. What is that? I've got some really interesting characters in this game. Let's just go check out the eye. I feel like we get the most information out of this, but from outside, the Montparnasse gun store looks like any other shop. A plain, discreet front window, sliding doors. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. It's your first time here, but you've already had its owner in your cab. The store opens really early so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up to the counter, you hear the distant noise of gunshots under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Can I help you? Madame Brachant. It's the owner speaking, an older woman with a hunched back. She's been selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in a typically Parisian way, and her wrinkles carve craters across her face. Ah, it's you. It's been ages. Come closer. You make small talk and eventually decide to go for it. I have a question for you about a weapon. You slide the photo of the shell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Where's the photo from? She's been doing this for years, and you doubt you can pull one over on her. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I don't remember. Oh, God. A photographer friend? This could go really south if I don't do this correctly. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Oh shit. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. Damn it. You recoil at the bitterness in her voice. Listen, I'm just looking for more information about this shell. I don't talk to filthy liars like you. Get out. God damn it. She points to the door. Maybe I can bribe her. Okay. Just tell her. Police gave it to me. Yeah, and just how did you end up with police photos? God, God, this is tricky. I'm helping them out. You know perfectly well this lady never smiles, but something on her face shifts ever so slightly into what might be construed as a small grin. Damn it. I'm not surprised. You were always the type to want to help people out. She practically rips the photo out of your hands. You give her as many details as you can. She thinks for a while. The shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner, and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door, it creaks and the smell of gunpowder spreads through the shop. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell is in perfect shape, and you told me the bullets are also completely clean. What? But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidation stains, and her voice grows darker all of a sudden, like something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. Okay, in light of what you told me, I'd say it belonged to a cop or a soldier. It could be a family weapon. It was a police service weapon in the 1970s. Either a cop held onto it or the guy you're looking for inherited it. Okay, so that judge there, he's a pro. So going back to the board, I do remember, I don't remember his name, but the guy on the far left, I think he has the 1970s gun. We need to find him though. Okay, you raise your head to meet her gaze. Her old bones make that slight shift again, the one that could be construed as a smile. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women shoot, and I give classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab. You glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation. And a coupon for a class on shooting automatic weapons. Okay, also... Okay, the place is called Dock Army. This woman knew a lot of information just from one photograph. So, I mean, she could be tied to the killers somehow. Maybe she sold the gun to them. She's an older woman. I don't know. We'll see. We need to see if we can find that suspect and possibly give him a ride. Or if anybody knows of him. This one has... It's like a double... Oh, it was. That's weird. It's gone. Okay. That weird customer's gone. Too bad. I wanted to... let's go for her. Only because she had like that extra border around her picture. I'm headed to, oh god, Charles de Gaulle. I should really look up how to pronounce this word.
Gaulle. Gaulle.
Airport. Okay, accept. Your next passenger is alone and waiting for you on the sidewalk. She gets in the cab and whispers, "Hello, Purva." She has no handbag or suitcase, just a small handbag, handmade sign with an Indian name printed on it. Charles de
Gaulle.
Please. She is young, with a soft and slight accent. Her face shows no emotion. Her fingers play with the small golden chain around her neck. It is the only piece of jewelry she has on. You drive, glancing back at her from time to time. Her head seems to be elsewhere. Everything all right, miss? She nods her head, gently cracking a tiny smile. It's really early. The first planes to come in are the worst. Everyone is exhausted and half asleep. Yes, exactly. And she sighs. I must confess, I don't really want to go there. A tiny smile lights her face up for a split second before disappearing. Ah, family? My future husband. Well, future. I've never even met him. Her accent suddenly becomes stronger. You know this habit well. Just before confiding in you, passengers tend to relax into their natural accent. I'm sure he's a great guy, as they say here. Sadness appears in her voice. But I don't know him at all. My parents chose him. It's crazy, isn't it? Are you shocked? At your arranged marriage? Kind of. I'd say yes, yeah. A sad smile washes briefly over her face. It's tradition, or at least it used to be. My parents are a bit old school, even by current standards in India. I chose to study here and not in England like my sisters. She flashes a smile. I fell in love with Paris and decided to stay. I almost never go home. Actually, this is home now. Anyway, my parents insist I meet him. He decided to make the trip, saying he had a meeting as a pretext. I don't know what that face, if it means like sarcasm or... it's hard to hold it against them. It's understandable from their perspective. I mean, it worked for them, right? You sense something bubbling up, anger, before she freezes. Some people refuse to let their emotions out. She slowly regains control of her body. Girl, get angry. Nobody wants to be in an arranged marriage. It's completely just gross. Well, okay, it's tradition, but it's... Well, okay, I can't speak for people with that tradition, and I take it back. I can't say it's gross. It's just... It just doesn't seem right. I don't know. I can't base any experience off of that. I don't have... I'm not a part of that culture. And I respect, like, the culture, but I can also disagree with certain things that cultures do, and I just don't agree with arranged marriages, you know? What day trips would you recommend outside Paris? Nearby? She nods. Versailles, of course. It's really beautiful. Definitely worth it. Her face lights up. Oh yes, perfect. I'm sure he'll like that. Or there's Fontainebleau. There's a huge park, very wild, if he likes hiking. I don't really know. She smiles shyly. You prefer to say nothing. The airport is not much further. Something about the young woman makes you feel uncomfortable. She looks as if she's about to scream, but is holding it in. Time passes and silence fills the cab. Which terminal? Your question startles her. Terminal C. 2C, I think. It's supposed to be a nice day out today. A smile crosses her face, then quickly disappears. Yes, I hope so. Thank you. You park the car in front of Terminal 2C. Your passenger grabs her sign and exits the cab. She pauses for a second, as if she were about to say something. Then she disappears. Damn, I feel bad. I didn't want to, like, be like, that's completely unacceptable coming from, like, a man who's like, doesn't have, I don't know, any sort of relation to her culture. I don't know. It just, that was tricky. I wanted to keep it kind of neutral just because I don't know. Alright, next one I think I'll shake things up a bit. Okay. Let's see. What is that newspaper in the corner? No. Oh. Oh, I can check the newspaper. That's cool. Okay. Herb. I don't know. He doesn't. I think this guy's popped up a couple times, so I think we should give this guy a ride. A jogger runs by your taxi. You're blinded by his reflective clothing. It's kind of cool that they have like dialogue pop up, or not dialogue, like I don't know what it is, but anyway, just like kind of adds some more to the world. I need a man I can trust. Oh. All right. So we gotta get him to trust us. The man getting in your cab seems anxious. You've seen these types before. Late for a meeting, late to catch a plane, late getting home. He gives you an address in the 15th arrondissement. You recognize him, a former deputy or senator, something like that. I knew he was a politician of some sort. Okay. He looks at you nervously in the mirror. He's upset about something. Everything all right, sir? Yes, fine, thank you. His eyes are watering. He runs a hand across his damp forehead. Oh my god. What have you done, Vincent? He's sweating a great deal for a winter night. He clears his throat. Excuse me, I was wondering. Yes. Tell me, Vincent. Do people ever leave things in your taxi? All the time. All the time. That's good to know. He pauses and attempts to pull himself together. He looks cramped in his suit. And what do you do with the things people forget? Do you keep them? We take them back to the central office and wait for someone to claim them. Oh shit. I mean, fine. Very good. How civil of you. Good job. It's a very interesting reaction, Vincent. He pauses again. Do you need anything? Well, yes. No. How shall I say? I need to lose something, if you get my drift. And I need to lose it in your taxi. I don't know, Vincent, because if I get caught with this thing, that can put my job at risk and my life at risk. Okay. Why? Sorry. I owe you an explanation. Yeah, you do. I just got out of a meeting. It was awful. Sighing to himself, he adds, awful. I've always been loyal to the party, you know? I've always followed orders, gotten the job done. My mother was a card-carrying member, my father an elected official, but I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to leave my briefcase here on the back seat. A moment goes by. He stares at you. You might say it was an oversight, you see. What did he do? And then what happens? And then someone will take care of the briefcase. When you drop the taxi off, bring the briefcase to the head office. Someone will come pick it up. He takes a deep breath. This country we live in, it's going to hell in a handbasket. Everyone running it is corrupt. They've sold out. They're thieves, all of them. He slowly lays the briefcase beside him. I mean, coming from a politician, like, I'm surprised that he's being honest about that, because yeah, 100% of the time people are sellouts. We have lunch with lobbyists, dinner with bankers. We should burn everything, start over from scratch. Damn, Vincent. You want to rewrite the government? I mean, I'm kind of here for it, so. Sometimes I dream we'll all get sick, be swept away by a political plague. This is too relatable. A flu for oh my god. Wow. This game came out last year, like 2019, I think. I'll have to take a look again. Damn, that's really scary. Like a predictive game, okay? He pauses, exhales, shakes. I can't bear to see them spend 600 euros on a meal when they just decided to close a hospital that suddenly became too costly to maintain. 6 months ago, we refused to vote for a law that would have prevented the building in Panton from burning down. Do you remember? 6 months ago, we could have saved 75 people. He stumbles over the next words. The public housing minister, when we presented that bastard with the bill, he burst out laughing. As if the people living in those crumbling buildings were just peons. The passenger groans as if in pain and suddenly stops talking. What are you going to do now? I'm going to sleep. Then they'll send me to prison. Or worse, to a far-off ward. Some overseas territory. Guana, or something like that. Oh my god. He struggles to swallow. Dude, leave. That's what they do to traitors. And after that, we'll see. Tomorrow is another day, if you know what I mean. Silence. Stop the car. Act as if everything is normal. You park along the sidewalk. Oh god. If my car is bugged at all, I'm totally fucked. You suddenly notice your client smells terrible. Sour, pungent, BO, almost unbearable. He pays his fare and slips you an extra bill. Your compensation. He gets out and walks away quickly without turning back. You open the window to air out the cab. Jeez, okay. Whew. That was stressful. This is getting very stressful. Alright, Vincent. This better not cost me my job, that's all I gotta say. Okay. Let's see. I don't think we have that much. No, we have plenty of time, actually. Let's. I really want to talk to that cop, that older cop. Let's go ahead and try this. They're pretty close by. I hope you can see, like, half their face. Myrtle Thevenot? Hey, friend. Alright. You pull over to the side of the road and wait for your passenger. A regular you haven't seen for a while. Myrtle. She appears from a side street, toting an enormous shopping bag, and climbs into the cab. Well, hello there. I wasn't sure you'd received my message. Her voice is cracked and raspy like a broken phonograph. You know all about her sad life story, about her failed romances, her scratch card addiction, and her 2 incarcerations to date. Oh, God. You were lucky. You'd been given a helping hand. She hadn't. Oh, should I send her to Claudia, or to, what was her name? The older woman that wants me to help her out. Are you going to get going, or what? Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Where to? To the shelter in Montreal. Thanks. You turn the key in the ignition. The motor hums. Damn, it feels good to be warm. And, speaking of being warm, things are kind of tough right now. Money-wise, if you know what I mean. Myrtle, you know it's always free for you. She raises a hand and puffs out her chest. No way, forget it. I'm a passenger just like any other. Her hoarse, raspy voice is like sandpaper over stone. Let's make a deal instead, okay? An agreement, that is. I'm listening. I'll tell you a riddle, and if you find the solution, I'll pay the fare. Sound good? You nod yes. Okay, I suck at riddles. Like, absolutely terrible. So this should be interesting. Fine. I hope you're ready tonight. I've got a tough one. Alright, Myrtle. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere in between. Climb as you may, I'll run farther away. Oh, shit. What am I? The words gurgle from her throat. So, how do you like it? One of my girl pals told it to me. Have I ever mentioned Simone? The name doesn't ring a bell. You shake your head no. Simone was, well, like a sister. We met on the street. We'd run into each other at the shelter in the 16th every now and then, before those rich bastards kicked us out. Scumbags, all of them. Let me tell you, if I were a king... Oh, shoot. Oops. I'd give him the guillotine. Simone's the one who got me into riddles. Oh, God. No. She was good. Oh, shoot. I think I hit the auto. She pauses. Shit. Oops. Okay. What's she up to these days? She gives a shrug. She moved south. Better for her health, she said. Needed to look. There is a momentary pause. But Mum and her were constantly fighting in the end, and she stole some of my stuff too. Anyhow, here we go. The riddle. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere between. Climb as you may, I'll run further away. She clears her throat. I'm everywhere to be seen. Climb as you may. Well, what am I? Sorry, everyone. I didn't realize I pressed the auto. Come on. Tick. Tick. Is it the earth or the center of the earth? Tick. The horizon might work. The horizon gets farther away when we climb higher. Talk. Give me your answer, handsome. You let out a sigh. It's a tough one. Okay. I'm everywhere to be seen, yet nowhere in between. The horizon seems like the most logical answer. I'm gonna go with horizon. That's it. I can't believe it. God damn, you're good. Honestly, good job, man. Suddenly, there's a faraway look on her face. Perhaps she's thinking about Simone. The horizon. Did you know that the higher we climb, the farther away horizon is? Fuck. Personally, I don't get it. I've never been up there anyhow. I have. Ken, so what's it like? You can make out Myrtle's shelter at the end of the street. Tell her the truth or lie. Well, I have no idea where he's been on the horizon, but we'll tell her the truth. It leaves you cold. There's something cold about Paris anyhow, but up there it's beautiful too, right? Yeah, I guess so. But I'm not so sure I want to see Paris from up there anyhow. Of course, the smell of piss mustn't be so bad, but I don't know. It's like you pull into an empty space and Myrtle clutches her shopping bag. She rummages through it, then pulls out the money for the fare. A promise is a promise and all that jazz. I'm gonna refuse. Thanks, Myrtle, but you keep the money. Like I said, it's on me. But the money vanishes into her bag. You didn't have to do that, handsome. You're a good guy. I know. She offers a faint smile, then breaks into a fit of coughing. I'm off. Lots of people there tonight, and I don't want to end up sleeping on the street. Take care, handsome. She gives you a wink, then exits the taxi, her shopping bag in tow. You start the engine right away as you drive past the shelter. She's entertaining them with an anecdote or a joke. You keep going. How do I turn the manual back on? God damn it. I didn't even mean to press the button, it just happened. Okay, let's see. I need to get gas. Let's go to this gas station. What? The passenger who's into your cab slams the door and stares at you intently. Bitch, I need gas. What are you doing? Can I help you? I don't know yet. Who are you? Although the real question is, how can you help yourself? What the fuck? Do we know each other? She gives a sour laugh. Don't play innocent with me. If I were to say to you, her voice is slightly raspy with an oddly metallic sound. October 27th. That's the date. The night of the attack. The night you... Could this woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. No, the attack took place later. Doesn't that ring a bell? You nod your head. Answer. Yes, it does, miss. Don't you miss me? God. Not another word. She waggles an accusing finger at you. Get out of my cab. Last October 27th, you were in this very cab, driving a fare, and you committed a crime. What? That's right, sir, a crime. Interrupt her. Listen. Her voice goes up a notch. Believe me, you don't want to interrupt me. What the fuck? I'd spent the whole day working like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? Say nothing. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. Taxi driver. I correct mistakes that a bunch of moron journalists make. There isn't a single one, not one who knows how to write a proper sentence. I'd had it, really had it, and then on the night of October 27th, you cut me off. Get out of my fucking cab. Interrupt her. I couldn't care less. I'm simply telling you my story. My problem. You cut me off the night of the accident. I almost died that night. She grinds her teeth. You shudder. I crashed my car. My boyfriend's car, that is. The same guy who made yet another comment about women drivers. The neighbors called the police that night. I made such a scene. I'm sure you did. Seems like your attitude. To think the guy dares call himself a feminist. Who? Who are you talking about? She pauses her dramatic effect as a disturbing smile spreads over her face. Interrupt. And what does that have to do with anything? Everything. Her voice is suddenly noticeably quiet, almost fragile. The next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. I messed up a job interview with a major news outlet, a paper where people know how to write, where they follow basic rules of French grammar. Imagine for just a minute I could have stopped correcting copy for a bunch of morons. She takes a deep breath. But all because of you, because of your cab, everything changed the night of October 27th. I mean, it sounds like this is a you problem. People cut other people off all the time, and they never go to the extent of tracking them down, which is kind of stalking, and then making a big deal out of it. A sad, faraway look comes over her. My life has never been the same since. Again, it's a you problem. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to go live with my mother while I went apartment hunting in this rotten city where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. So I started looking for you. The back of your neck breaks into a sweat. You can feel cold, clammy droplets about to drip down your spine. I started asking around. I bribed one of your colleagues into giving me your number. Okay, who, though? A droplet of sweat starts sliding down your back. Then I found your address, your first one, that is. You shiver as the drop reaches your boxers. But that's your business. What matters is I did eventually get your other address, the real one. The droplet has reached your tailbone. You started shaking. At first, I admit I was planning on going to your place. She shrugs her shoulders. Her voice is softened a little. Just maybe to spit in your face or something like that. And then I thought to myself, no, Ludivine, maybe the guy deserves a chance. You never know. So you're going to apologize. Go on, give it your all, take your time, take a deep breath. Bitch, get out of my car. She breathes in deeply, then exhales. Like that. I'm sorry, but I don't remember that night. Not memorable enough, huh? No, I've forgotten what happened that night. She freezes. A few minutes after I met you, I was attacked. Attacked by the judge, the serial killer. It's you. You survived. Yep. A host of conflicting feelings flicker across her face. Doubt, surprise, anger, the desire to slap you. Then she falls back against the car seat, all her anger somehow gone. Yep, because you overreacted and you decided to act like you had some sort of reason to be the center of the universe. I didn't know. Exactly, you didn't know. The police wanted to keep it all a secret. I didn't see the killer's face and he didn't see mine, for my own protection, for my peace of mind. The newspaper where I work, they're looking for you. We have a reporter looking for you. The last few months have been difficult for you. Really difficult. I'm not apologizing. Are you going somewhere? A faint smile and a nod. I'm good. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold to get my mind off things. And then when I get home, I'll destroy all the information I have on you. Is that okay with you? You nod yes. Thank you. This word echoes for a minute through the taxi. Your passenger reaches for the door. The door opens and closes. You're alone in the taxi, your head spinning slightly as if you'd had a drink. Just one, but something really strong. You briefly try to remember that night. Nothing. Nothing but a vague impression of something behind you. The killer's silhouette, a fleeting presence. You shake your head. There's nothing more than before. If only you had turned around, everything would have been easier. If you had seen the face of the judge. All at once you start the cab. Yeah. Ah. That interesting fella is back on the map. I need to get gas. No more hesitations, please. Come on. Finally, you pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up from the space in between the pumps. Ugh. Okay, if you've ever been somewhere and walked down the street and the smell of pee hits you, it is just awful. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up. Oh, I already said that. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart over there, it must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple questions. You sigh and get out of your taxi. The cold grips you hard. Let's go ask. Wait, we need to fill the tank. For sure. Wait, what? We need to fill the entire thing. Holy damn. Okay, that's enough. 54 euros. You walk into the mini-mart. The clerk behind the counter is undoubtedly the most ordinary person you've ever seen. Is that an insult? Welcome. He sighs, beyond tired of repeating the same sentence over and over. To la belle pompe. Not a scratcher. What is that? Oh, and they must both be scratchers. Interesting. I need to talk with him first. Have you read the papers? He's all they're talking about. Just an offhand comment, casually brought up, about the serial killer. The guy behind the counter seems like he's interested in the case. Let's go ahead and buy a newspaper. And a little scratcher. Can't win them all. Just my luck. What did I do? Have a good evening. Cold welcomes you outside and quickly makes you forget the clerk's unpleasant tone. Alright. Let's get out of here. You get into your taxi and drive away. Okay, let's see if we can... Oh, there it is. I want to read the paper. You pull a newspaper out of your glove compartment and start leafing through it. Eventually, something grabs your eye. It's a quite involved article about the infamous Police Leaks affair. Who, why, and how that confidential data was released to the public. The Justice Department is now looking at corrupt and violent cops, who are known to be out of line. Concerned associations applaud how transparent they are being. Interesting. Yet, the more you read, the more you get the impression the journalist does not agree with their methods. You turn the page and stop. You've read about a third of the paper. Let's keep reading it. You stop reading and go back a few pages. You thought you saw something. It's a short article mentioning the strike led by a handful of employees of Confiseries du Marais, a luxury candy brand. The employees demand better wages. The owners, the group Diamant, are threatening to relocate their factories abroad. You only have a third left to read. Fuck it. Read the whole thing. As soon as you get to the page, you stop. Your instinct tells you to look at. It's a sensationalist article about the third victim, Simon Goradischer. Okay, so a suspect. He is thought to have escaped Argentina in the 1980s because he was a member of the Process, the military dictatorship that had been in power. Pretty important information, in your opinion. You shut the paper. It'll end up in the trash tonight. If you remember, it's there. Otherwise, it will spend the rest of its days in your glove compartment. Okay. Alright, so newspaper actually has pretty vital information. Okay, this person is very shady. This was pretty eventful. Got some great information. Alright, I'm heading home. I think I'm gonna call it. You now know more about your clients. Perfect. Under a decent amount of profits. Vincent. Ooh, we need to make some more money. Myrtle. Sweet old Myrtle. Ludovine. Granger. Things didn't go so well at first with Ludovine. Yeah. You confessed you were one of the killer's victims. God, I hope that doesn't backfire. Alright, everyone. I am gonna go ahead and just end this episode here. I want to thank you all for tuning in with me again. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.